Your dream of becoming a dog has now been granted, and all South Koreans are about to become 1 year younger. And the leader of a feces-eating cult has been arrested after dead bodies were found. These are the weird stories for Tuesday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast hosted by a comedian. I'm Jonesy. Thank you for joining me. I have 3 weird news stories from around the world, like we always do on Tuesdays. Let's go. Have you always wanted to become a dog? Well, now your dream has been granted by an ultra lifelike collie suit that was made in Japan. Toko is the name of the company. Toko recently impressed thousands of people on Twitter with a viral video of a special suit that they made. It's actually a costume character. They call it kigurumi. Costume character in Japanese. It's often used to refer to oversized animal costumes. Toko's collie kigurumi is so impressive that they shared a video demonstrating it. And I watched the video. There's somebody in a dog suit, and it really looks like a real dog. I'm going to admit, the look of it, the quality of the movements. I mean, from afar, you would think that this was a real dog. So if you guys ever wanted to be a dog, I guess this is for you. The collie suit is made with top-notch quality materials, just letting you know. No real dogs were harmed in the making of this collie dog suit. In the video, you can see Toko bring it to life with lifelike movements, posing on all fours. The individual in the video even rolls around on the ground in the dog suit. I got to say, it's pretty convincing. It's a realistic collie. What it says here, Toko didn't invent this. They ordered the incredibly realistic collie kigurumi from a creative studio called Blast Incorporated. Oh, okay. So Blast makes these lifelike costumes. They specialize in animals, life-size, realistic modeling. Not just animals. You can get a robot or some sort of other creature. Let's say you wanted to make a film or a video. You can purchase some lifelike wearable animal suits and models. Also, for personal use, you could buy one. I don't know what you guys are into. There's some kinks out there, though. Anybody got a border collie fetish? Sorry, that's inappropriate. I'm just saying. You could get a gator suit as well. I know there's some people in Florida who probably have gator fetishes. People are shoving baby gators down their yoga pants. Of course they got a fetish. This collie suit is handmade from synthetic fur, crafted down to the finest detail. It took 40 days to make, and it's priced at over 2 million yen. I had to look that up. That's 15,000 USD. That's 2 million yen. It's pretty expensive. But, I don't know how serious you take your fetish or your Halloween. This might be for you. Now, I'll post a link to this video in the show notes and the Patreon, but you can also check out more videos of Toko's awesome lifelike suits on their YouTube channel. The dog video's pretty wild, man. There's one aspect of it, though, that when you watch it closely, you'll be like, oh, okay, this isn't real. It's that the eyes don't move. So if you could just improve upon that. I mean, it's $15,000. Can we at least get the eyes moving and maybe the tongue can come out? I don't know if the tongue can come out. I mean, but overall pretty lifelike. And that's wonderful if you're somebody who wants to identify as a collie in the world. People are identifying as all sorts of things these days. And, previously, if you wanted to identify as a dog, you would struggle because dog costumes were pretty primitive. But now, thanks to, just the dynamic art that's going on in Japan and technology of Japan, you can actually kind of transform yourself into a dog. So it's good to know, Well, everybody in South Korea is about to become 1 year younger. Pretty cool. The desire to turn back the clock on your age is a feeling that many of us have, right? You'd like to go back a little bit. Not 1 year. 5 years would be ideal. But for South Koreans, they're going to be able to go back in time. That's because of the new president. This is going to be his first order of business. His name is Yoon Suk Yeol. I think I said that correctly. He is going to be inaugurated as the nation's new president today, as a matter of fact, after his election win last month. One of his first tasks is to make the entire nation 1 year younger. How is that going to happen? Well, his administration has confirmed it intends to immediately introduce amendments to some laws which will abolish the traditional concept of what's called Korean age in favor of the widely accepted system of a person turning one per year after they are born, which Koreans refer to as international age. Okay, let's get familiar with this Korean age system. In that system, a person turns age 1 the day they are born. They then become 1 year older on New Year's Day, no matter of the date in which they were born. So I guess if you were born at Christmas, right, you're 1. And then a week later, you're 2. Wow. You're vastly older than your peers at this point. This is a fast track to the bars, I tell you right now. I mean, I don't know if there's a drinking age in Korea, but... Okay, so it says here, this traditional method of determining age was used in a number of East Asian nations in the past, including China and Japan, and is believed to stem from the concept that time inside the mother's womb counts as the first year of a child's life. Oh, fascinating. So they believe that the time in the womb counts. I guess they recognize the child as an actual person upon conception of some sort. There's a lot of people in my country that argue about this sort of thing. Like, when is a child an actual person? But looks like some Asian nations in the past have always thought this. And they've given you, a suitable birthday as a result. It says here, while other countries have now largely aligned with the idea that a child turns 1 a year after his or her birth, South Korea uses both systems interchangeably, which has caused some widespread confusion also. So the new president is like, all right, let's fix this situation because some people are using this system and others this system. Let's go to international system. So now the child, as soon as it is born, the clock starts for, towards your 1 year birthday, which is 1 year after you're born, the way that we do it here in the States. And I mean, clearly most of the world. It says here the new Korean government has decided to act as a result of problems linked to eligibility for the COVID-19 vaccine and the requirement that people show a certificate of vaccination in order to access certain public spaces such as libraries. A small number of people were not able to get a booster shot because they were ineligible according to their international age, but were required to show evidence of inoculation according to their Korean age. Wow, how confusing. And now it is likely that standardizing ages will require South Koreans to update their documentation, including passports, driver's license, medical records, etc. The parallel ways of counting age was a problem even before the pandemic, though it has proven contentious when men are called up for mandatory military service as well. The South Korean government previously tried to standardize the way in which age is counted in 1962, but those amendments were fraught with legal difficulties, and the majority of people in the country stuck with the traditional age system. 60 years later, however, with more Koreans traveling overseas, the question of age on a person's passport is also becoming a major issue. There's a quote here from a politician who works with the People Power Party. The People Power Party. That sounds like a great party. I'm a member of the People Power Party. I believe that the people should have the power. That's right. I believe that too. Here's a quote from this guy, Lee. If we stick solely to the international age system, we will no longer see the social and economic costs associated with all the confusion and the inconvenience that arises from the age difference that we have in our culture. Well, how about that? So it's going to solve a lot of problems within the government. It's going to save a lot of what I assume will be taxpayer dollars in sorting through these messes. And I'd imagine it'd make a lot of people pretty happy about, losing a year off your life like that. Pretty cool. Now, I don't know if there's a drinking age in South Korea, but let's just say for the sake of argument, it's 21. With this new change in the government, some people are going to be able to have a second 21st birthday party, and that's pretty cool. Yay! A leader of a feces-eating cult has been arrested after dead bodies were discovered. The police in Thailand raided a compound of a cult leader in Chaiyaphum province over the weekend, discovering at least 11 dead bodies during their search. Local authorities were able to raid the compound after the group allegedly violated land encroachment laws and broke COVID-19 restriction laws. Well, I mean, you're eating feces, so, I mean, I would assume that breaks a COVID-19 restriction law and a lot of other laws. that Law enforcement had already been made aware of this group after allegations were shared that the community had been consuming the bodily fluids of its leader. Oh, boy. How does this guy talk people into eating feces and his bodily fluids? Man, I can't even get people to come to my comedy show in Burbank. This guy's like, step right up. Make a line here. There's a line on one side to eat my feces, a line on the other side to drink my urine. All right? Like, easy, guys. All right, let's not fight over it, okay? Take a number. Everybody wants my bodily fluids. I mean, it just blows me away. I can't get someone to pick me up from the airport, but this guy has people eating feces in a compound. How does this happen? I mean, some people are so good at the power of persuasion. It blows me away. Okay, so the police made their way onto the campground. They discovered the remains of 11 bodies in coffins. Okay, why weren't they burying these bodies? The group was only able to provide death certificates belonging to 5 of the 11. Police ordered autopsies to be conducted to establish the causes of death of the bodies. I have an idea what the causes of death might be. The consuming of feces and bodily fluids, perhaps. I don't know. It's just a hunch. I don't work for no CSI company. Now, the suspected charlatan, a.k.a. cult leader, has been detained for questioning, but before the arrest of him, many of his followers attempted to stop the police from taking him away during the raid. Well, unbelievable. This guy's followers. What is wrong with them? The strange group was known in the area to conduct themselves in a religious-like manner, where devotees of the Father, whose name is Thawi Nanra, age 75, would do almost anything for this man. Some say he would force his followers to drink his urine, eat his feces, and consume dirt in order to heal physical illnesses. Oh, so he's sort of like an alternative medicinal guru, right? Like your local Reiki guy. Now, cult-like groups are not uncommon in Thailand. In 2019, a rape cult was revealed where female students say they were promised spiritual practice only to be coerced into sex or raped by its founder. Yeah, that's extremely common in cult groups, is women are taken advantage of. Big time, big time. And then there was the story last year of a monk who decapitated himself with a homemade decapitation device in an attempt to reincarnate himself as a higher being. I covered that story. His followers helped him build the contraption and helped him commit suicide. The incident has quickly gone viral on social media, people sharing their disgust against this particular cult's practices of consuming feces. A snippet from a television show shows a woman who appears to be a member of the cult saying that she did not detect any unpleasant odor while she consumed feces. She said on live TV, "There isn't even an odor. Only those with a tainted mind may smell the feces." Wow. Oh, unbelievable, man. I mean, isn't it so sad that we live in a world, although most things are modern, still people are believing in these fantasies. It's like mythologies are still, peddled in the ideological marketplace, and people are buying into it. Oh, what do you guys offer in your club? Oh, you get to eat urine and eat urine. You get to drink urine and eat feces? Sign me up. Sign me up. Do we at least get one regular meal a day? I would like if I could get one regular meal a day. Oh, I just get a little wafer. Okay. Well, okay. All right. I'm willing to try it. You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. Hello, and thank you for joining me, my loyal listeners. Hope you enjoyed today's show. Thanks for sending me articles, those of you who did. You can always send me stuff to funnyjones@gmail.com, or you can drop them in a DM at funnyjones on Instagram or Twitter. I got an email from Thomas Lanier, who wrote me, just heard the latest Weird AF news. You rock, Jonesy. Anyway, my name is Thomas Lanier. Now you can put it on the closet wall. Stay weird. Stay awesome. And the title of the email is New to Patreon. So I think Thomas was my mystery patron that I had, that I read on the show yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah. Because someone joined and then they didn't really put a name. So this must be Thomas. So, well, thank you, Thomas, for dropping me a little note and letting me know your name is definitely going up on the wall, man. Where you from? Let me know where you're from. I like to put where everybody's living on the wall as well. That way I can look at the wall and go, you know what? Maybe people in my immediate vicinity don't like me very much, but like people around the world do at various places. If you guys would like to join the Patreon, like Thomas, just go to patreon.com/weirdafnews. And once you're in there, you get to unlock all sorts of extra weird content, like that strange documentary that I put in there yesterday that I love. I got some reviews, by the way, on Amazon. We got the first one up is not a very good one. I got 1 star from someone named KM. It says, slow commentary by a wannabe comedian. Oh, shots fired. KM writes, the stories are interesting, but they're so stretched out that I get bored by the time he gets to the second one. KM, the stories on average are 3 or 4 minutes long. How is it? 3 or 4 minutes? This is all your attention span can hold? I'm going to guess he or she is a Gen Z. Okay, so you get bored by the time you get to the second one? Says, I never got through much of the show. Never got through much of the show, yet wrote a review. That's cool. Way to be thorough. You know, if you're going to write a review something, maybe finish the meal before you write a review. That's just me as a reasonable human being. Okay, this person wrote, this is supposed to be news, not unfunny commentary by a wannabe comedian. A wannabe comedian? Okay. That's a good one. I have an Instagram account to prove to you that I am actually a professional working comedian. If you'd like to check it out, it's at Funny Jones. So there's no wannabe anywhere in my title. Just correcting you on that. We have a nice positive review, though, from Tammy Tornado. Tammy gave 5 stars, and the title is Love. Just love. Tammy didn't write much, but it's sweet and to the point. Tammy wrote, I love the twist from run-of-the-mill to spice things up. I assume Tammy means run-of-the-mill mainstream news, right? That's what I'm trying to do here. It's like give you some, spice things up a little bit, because that mainstream news can be quite debilitating, especially now with the stock market doing what it's doing. I can't even look at the economy. Inflation. But someone gave me a gas card for my birthday. Pretty cool, right? I'm very excited. And then I looked it up today. You know how much money's on that gas card? $25. Woo! $25 going right in my tank, guys. I don't know if you've seen the gas prices in Los Angeles, but it's pretty sad. Very concerning. Don't know how much longer I can live. Anyways, if you guys would like to leave a review, go to Amazon. And if you're going to leave a review, please listen through the show. Like listen to a whole episode maybe before you leave a review. If you could do that, that would be pretty, I don't know, fair, I would say. Especially seeing as I didn't drag your face to a smart speaker and make you listen to it, you know? So maybe just get through the whole one before you make a judgment. Maybe listen to other daily weird news podcasts before you review mine as well. That way you have something to compare it to, you know? Oh, my bad. There's no others. There's no other daily weird news podcasts, I don't think. Not 5 days a week anyways. Oh, you're out of luck. Sorry, guys. I'll try to be funnier, though. I'll try to be a real comedian. I want to be a real boy. I don't want to be just a boy in a closet. I want to be a real boy. I want to be a real comedian, not a comedian in a closet. I want to be a real comedian. I love you.
Hi, Jonesy. This is Amanda from Modesto, California. And we were just listening to your Florida Fridays and the cereal, about the orange juice and cereal. And my daughter has something to say about that. Moran, what do you have to say about the cereal?
Milk with juice and cereal. Milk and cereal.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What about orange juice?
Orange juice, no, go in the cat.
So what goes in the cereal?
Milk.
No?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're positive?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what she has to say about that. Have a good day.
Jonesy, This is Adrian, your biggest fan in the Great American Southwest. I was just giving you a heads up that I have actually referred your show to two people, my brother and my best friend, and I believe that both of them started subscribing to you. It was the Florida Friday broadcast that really got them. They were both in amazement that stuff that crazy happens in Florida. Well, it does apparently. Just to let you know, my nephew lives in Florida, and I asked him if things are really that crazy out there. He said no, but then I I disagreed with him. I mean, the news broadcast says it all. I can't argue with somebody who has a house there and has to make a mortgage payment as opposed to somebody who's reporting some trashy headlines. And I choose to believe those trashy headlines. So I say keep on keeping on, Jonesy. Thanks a lot for all the enjoyment.
This is Meborn from the planet Kremulak. We have been monitoring your signals, both radio signals and television signals, since the years of 1970, and we have seen your space vehicle called Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. We see the representations of the human body that you have placed on the plaque on the side. We see a figure called male and a figure called female. We have seen these several times as they have come and been beamed out to us. We see figures standing naked and they have their hands up in the air. We have seen these multiple times. We do not see any combination of these bodies. So if you do not have trannies, we are not coming. We thought maybe by the time from 71 and 73 that you would have fused bodies by now. But if you do not have transsexuals, we are not coming. Further, these hands are up in the air, looking like they want to karate chop us. So we will skip your planet and look for intelligent life elsewhere. Meborg, signing off.